right, welcome to NFT. Prime time, prime time, prime time. You know, prime time was my favorite show. NFL prime time growing up as a kid. I know, Kevin, you weren't big in football back then, but I mean, that was my favorite show. I couldn't wait because back then, Quan, there was no direct TV. There was no Sunday ticket. So
No Sunday
when you
ticket,
wanted to
yeah.
go find out what happened with the other games, you had to watch prime time to watch all the highlights because you didn't get to. There was no Sunday ticket. There was no fucking NFL Red Zone, which was the best thing ever fucking invented. But here is our prime time, NFT prime time. I'm with my partner for the last 12 years, Kevin Lavonis. You see him on the TV behind me. Kevin's in Tampa. Our second episode of prime time.
Yeah, it was funny because everyone's asking me like, "Oh, how long you been partners with Anthony?" I've been saying 10 years, dude. It's been fucking 12 years, or even longer.
2010.
Yeah,
2010. Yeah, 12 fucking years, man. We're the last of the Mohicans. We lost, and we shook off everybody else except Pat. Pat's a great partner, but the other 9 over the years have all dwindled down into their own burial. They've all buried themselves.
Yeah, really fast story. So right before the show started, this guy comes to the door. He knocks on it. I walk out. I thought he thought he was from Spectrum. So he shows me this, right? A good event, St. Jude walk run. And he goes, "Do you speak English?" I'm like, "Yeah, bro, I fucking speak English." I looked at him like, "Yeah, I fucking speak English. Like, why would I not speak English?" But, anyway.
Are you going to do it?
No. He asked for a donation, and he's a neighbor. He's like right around the corner. I don't know him, but he told me the street. I knew the street. So I said, how much are you looking for? And I looked down on the sheet. People were donating anywhere between $1 or $50. I gave him $20. That's it.
There you go. You did your good deed of the day.
A good deed for the day.
Nice work. So today, what we're going to do is we're going to go onto OpenSea in a few minutes. We're going to go into our wallet, our APN Tech wallet, which is just APN Tech is the wallet name, the account name on OpenSea. We're going to go through all the NFTs that we've acquired. Now, when I first started, and this wallet contains all our highest valued NFTs. So when I first started, I just had MetaMask, and people kept telling me, "Hey man, you got to get a ledger, dude. You need a cold wallet. You got to be careful." And as I was purchasing more NFTs and starting to put some real money into it, the scams just kept getting fucking crazier and more high level scams, man. Like some of the ways that these guys are scamming NFTs and crypto is fucking like super high level. And so I got a little scared. So I ended up getting a ledger. And then there's an actual really easy way where you could hook up your ledger, nano ledger, to MetaMask in a new wallet. And then I moved all my most expensive NFTs that I own, that Kevin and I own together, and then also me, Kevin, and Pat own some together as a company. And I moved them all into that wallet that has the nano ledger. So with that wallet, you can't do anything unless you have your nano ledger plugged into it. You can't sign it. You can't connect to any websites with it without putting the ledger in first, putting in your code for the ledger, and then authorizing any transaction. Even if you're just connecting a wallet, even if you're not paying for any transactions, you can't do anything without authorizing and signing with the ledger to do anything. So we moved everything in there. So the wallet that we're going to show you now is pretty fucking loaded. Now, it was loaded a lot better before Ethereum dropped from fucking 4,000 to 1,000. Now it's creeping back up little by little. But if anybody's that been around the crypto game now has seen the volatility of it and how crazy it gets and ups and downs, and just got to fucking ride it out. It's not going nowhere. It's here to stay. There's too much innovation with the blockchain and real use cases that are going to be coming mainstream over the next 3 to 5 years, and things that we're going to be doing to incorporate the blockchain with our company and our B2B company, and incorporate NFTs and blockchain into our ecosystem here to help our customers monetize their own data and just make things more efficient. But for today, we're going to go into our wallet. I'm going to talk a little bit about the projects that we've invested in. Most of the projects we invested in usually were, for the most part, my call, because I'm the one who was really digging in there a lot. I was really in NFT world, in all the fucking Discords, learning about the projects, how this works. And, Kevin usually trusts my judgment for the most part when it comes to things like this. So he's like, yeah, go ahead, buy it. I'm like, I think we should buy it. Go ahead.
Before each major purchase, Anthony would call me up, and then he would be telling me about the project. And at that point, I really didn't know too much. I just said, "Oh, sure, it sounds good," because being partners for 12 years, you kind of get to the point where you trust the other person's decision making. And even if you was to not even call me up and say after the fact, like, "Here's what I did," without it being super irrational, right? Because I don't think you could do that anyway. I look at it as a learning experience. So either A, we speculate and we make some money off this, or B, we actually get involved with with this new technology. So I saw a quick video, and this was Steve Wozniak, who created co-founder of Apple, and he said he was using Bitcoin when it first came out just to understand, how it would work. So I think it's smart for everyone on the call or listening to the podcast that, if you want to get involved, like, this is a great place to get started.
It's an expensive place to get started.
Maybe. I mean, there's a lot of like really cheap NFTs and that you can get started in. I mean, you got started with the Lou Gehrig NFT sports collectible by Candy, and that was what, $250 or something like that.
Yeah, I'm actually going to show everybody those. I moved those Lou Gehrigs into our wallet too, so those are in there. But it's funny how I thought that was a lot of money back then. I was like, wow, $250. That's a lot of money for a digital image. And then all of a sudden it was like, then 2,000 wasn't a lot of money. Then 4,000 wasn't a lot of money. And then your threshold for what you think a lot of money isn't. Now looking back, 250 was like nothing compared to what was happening with the bull run until this shit, got all fucked up in the last 3-4 months, which it'll come back. But all of a sudden we're paying $100,000 for an ape. Meanwhile, we said 250 was a lot of money for a Lou Gehrig, and that happened pretty fucking quick.
Yeah, and think about it, and like you're still learning about the NFT game at this point, and we're how many NFT purchases in? I don't even know.
A lot.
100. Maybe more.
I've bought several hundred.
Several.
Ricky's probably bought several thousand.
Yeah.
It's crazy, but I'm gonna now, Quan, am I gonna share from right now from here? All right, so I'm gonna exit full screen. Kevin will be on the left. All right, here's OpenSea. So on the blockchain, everything's public, so everybody can see. So if I type in APN Tech, right, into OpenSea, click on the wallet. Here you'll see our NFTs. Okay, so I'll go through them. All right, so some of these were just airdrops for certain projects. So we have in a project called World of Women. I'll show you the actual World of Women, but sometimes they do airdrops. So they do this airdrop every month. They take a woman artist and she creates an NFT for the community, and they get airdropped to everybody. So it's cool. It's not like they're worth anything. They're not worth a lot. They're cool pieces of art, but they're worth maybe $10 if that right now. Who knows? Maybe one day it'll be worth more.
Can you explain what an airdrop is? Because when I first heard that, I'm like, what is that?
Yeah, so it's exactly like when you airdrop from iPhone to iPhone. It's just dropping it into your wallet. So once you become part of the project, what they do is every month they would take a snapshot. So they would announce it. We're taking a snapshot July 10th at midnight, and everybody at that moment who owns a World of Woman in their wallet on that snapshot will receive an airdrop of something. Right, so they know every wallet address, all 10,000 of them, and they'll just drop an NFT right into your wallet without you having to even accept the transaction. So they're paying the gas fee to send it over to you. In the beginning, a lot of the projects were using Ethereum to do the airdrops, and then gas prices went crazy. So what I've seen is most of them are now airdropped with Polygon because the gas fees are so much cheaper with Polygon. Right.
I guess another way to say it is they're just transferring the NFT from one wallet to the next. And I guess they use airdrop because that's a very, people understand that from the iPhone. So, just like us, we're considering how to market our particular project, and it doesn't make sense to use terminology or vernacular that people aren't familiar with. Right. So I'm assuming they probably use the word airdrop no different than just because it was used in the whole Apple community, right? So I think that's important because that's a good way for people to start understanding, the culture and the terminology and how people communicate, which we mentioned on the last show, right? So people are transferring NFTs from one wallet to the other, and they're just saying they're airdropping. So I'm just going to point out as you're talking, because I remember when you were telling me these things, I'm like, what are you talking about? But
Yeah.
yeah,
And
terminology is important.
crypto in the in the crypto world and NFT in these NFT projects, like everybody has their own language. They all have like, like people are like, hey, are we gonna GMI? And I was like, what the fuck does that mean? And then I realized that means, are we gonna make it? Or moon. Moon is like the first word. Like, it's just, this project's gonna moon, like, go to the fucking moon, skyrocket in price. Like, they have a FUD, stop the FUD. FUD's an acronym for people that are bashing or just being negative inside the Discord. So, they all have their own acronyms, and there's so many. Or when Lambo, that's like a big term they use, like meaning like, when are we going to be able to buy a Lamborghini with this project? When Lambo, like that. And there's so many, and they all spell when, WEN. I don't know fucking why. So it's like when Lambo, WEN Lambo. Like, so there's just their own little innuendos and own little language and acronyms that they use in the projects. And I'm sure more will come out as we talk about it.
The technology is moving at such a great pace that all the communication is also moving at the same pace, and everyone, and again, it's the culture. All that is changing extremely fast. It's so interesting to me.
It's crazy, bro.
Isn't it? It's so interesting. It's like when we met up again with Conrad, he threw some language out there. I'm like, is that what kids are saying these days? What does that even mean?
Dude,
Right.
3 months in the crypto world is like 3 years of real life. Like, like that's how fast it moves. You know what I mean? It's crazy. So here, I'm going to go through these right now. So here are some airdrops from World of Women. This was a recent airdrop they gave us called the capacitor. No one knows what this is going to do. A lot of times you get an airdrop and then they say that this is going to be a part of the future, and then something's going to happen, like this NFT is going to evolve into something else or play a part in their metaverse they're building or whatever it may be. So this was recent. We got this. Some of this is bullshit. So what happens is a way that a lot of scammers get to you is they'll airdrop you some bullshit NFTs. And once you interact with it and then connect your wallet, you could get fucking sniped, and they can snipe all your shit. So some of these I have to hide, right? But for me to hide, I could actually press hide. But for me to hide it, I got to plug in my ledger first, because this is with my cold wallet. I just haven't just had a chance to hide this one right here. This is a World of Women airdrop as well. So is this one. This is a free airdrop. This is a proof of donation from World of Women. So these are all like whatever, but we'll get to the main shit, right? Other deed for other side. Okay. So the Bored Ape Yacht Club, right, is owned by Yuga Labs. Yuga Labs is building their metaverse called The Other Side. And as a Mutant Ape Yacht Club owner, which we have 3 of, you got an airdrop of an other deed, which is a piece of land in The Other Side. So we got 3 airdrops, right? 1, 2, 3 of other side land. These are going for like 2.5, 3 ETH right now. And it was free. We didn't pay for it. It was a free airdrop, right? This is some bullshit from World of Women they gave us for like the metaverse and outfit. This is one I have to hide, not a good one. But then what happened was there was 100,000 pieces of land that of other deeds that were released, right? There was like 30,000 that went to Bored Ape Yacht Club holders. Oh, sorry, 10,000 that went to Bored Ape Yacht Club holders, 20,000 that went to Mutant Ape Yacht Club holders, and then they sold 70,000, and they made a lot of fucking money. It was something like $300 or $400 million. Okay, so they raised a lot of. What a way to raise capital, right? And that all happened in like 2 days, a day. So, but what they also did was with the 100,000 land, other deeds, 10,000 of those were going to have this thing called a coda on it. So if you were lucky, you got a piece of land with a coda. We didn't, but we also felt that codas were going to play a big part in the other side metaverse, right? And there was also talks about the codas eventually being its own collection. So we then bought a piece of land that had a coda on it right here. You see this little guy, right? We bought that, and I hope I could go
Well, that's
backwards
14
here
ETH right
when
now.
I do this. That's an offer. So someone's
Oh,
offering us 14 ETH right now for this, right? So this one has a coda on it, and
wait, Ian,
you could go look.
stay here for a second. So I just want people to understand. So OpenSea is a website you can go to purchase NFTs or look to see all the NFTs that are out there. I believe on Polygon. What are the networks for OpenSea?
I mean, Ethereum's the main network for the most part. You could use ApeCoin now. For the most part, it's Ethereum.
So anyway, generally speaking, OpenSea is a marketplace you go to check out all the NFTs out there. And Anthony's navigated to this particular NFT. The offer right there is 14.22 ETH, which I guess equates to $22,000. We initially got that for how much? We purchased this for?
We paid 20, right here. We paid 20, almost 24 ETH for it, right? Current value is, I think, somewhere around 18 ETH. But remember, Ethereum's down from, back then it was 3,500 to now 1,500. So, that's the other thing too. Like, if you're playing in this world, you kind of got to go ETH to ETH, because when you're constantly translating ETH to dollars, it's a difficult thing. Like, this is its own currency now, so you want to look at ETH to ETH. So in my eyes, we bought it for 23.69 ETH. Value's about 18 ETH. We're down about 5 ETH. I don't want to say we're down 5 ETH, but ETH was 3,500 back then. So we're actually down, $55,000 right now, because we know it's going to come back up into. So you got to really play in ETH to ETH and play in this currency. And I learned that over time because I was constantly translating it to dollars. Right.
Yep.
So we're down in this right now, but that's the whole fucking market's down. Right.
Yep.
So that's one big
Ian,
one right
can you
there.
point out the
Let me go
properties.
back to our wallet.
Hold on a sec. Go back.
Yeah.
I think it's important to point that out. So, here's some of the offers that were associated with that particular NFT. And then over to the left, which is interesting. This is something that we're going to do on our end, are different properties associated with the NFT. Now, I don't know what all of these mean.
Well, this is see this right here. When I said that there was 10,000 codas out of 100,000. So look, coda, yes, 10% have this trait because 10,000 out of the 100,000 have a coda, right? Because only 10,000 do. And then this coda has a weapon. No. Each coda is a unique 101. Is it a mega coda, which is like a better one? No. Our coda has a copper coil. Right, so only 0.1%. So only 1 out of 10 have this copper coil. Our eyes are bugged out eyes on our coda. Only 6 out of 100 have bugged out eyes. So it's all all little traits, and this is all new. The other side and the other deeds and codas and how they're going to play a role with the apes in the metaverse. So and we're holders. Like we're here to hold and to invest in the blue chip NFTs. We're not flippers. We're not day traders. We have our technology business. We make our money with our revenue model right now. This is more of an investment, almost like the stock market for us. But because we did this, we're going to incorporate now NFTs into our current business model and have a great way that we're going to do that in the next 3, 4, 5, 6 months.
Yeah, let's talk about one application, because this was stay right there for a second. This was a conversation I had with Zayed, who's officially the CTO of the company. So there's another business model that we're talking about, and this gentleman, what he does is he sells fine wines. So the way it works is when you sell a fine wine, right? And a lot of these vineyards are in France that he sources some of these wines from. Is when you purchase the wine, and it could be anywhere from a couple thousand to a couple $100,000 worth, per bottle or per case. They don't actually send you the wine. What they do is they send you a certificate that you receive that says you own this bottle of wine. And then, of course, I asked him. I said, "That's interesting. Well, do they actually ever request for the wine?" He goes, "Yeah, they do, but for the most part, they just want to know that they own it, and then eventually they may request it." So one good application, right, to use the blockchain is, so if you can imagine, this is not a piece of art anymore. Maybe this NFT represents that bottle of wine or that case of wine. If you scroll down below, right, these properties are now the properties of the wine. Where was it sourced? Who is the owner?
What
The
kind of fucking grapes?
yeah, what kind of grapes, and then you can actually get very, very specific. Of course, I don't know that business, so I don't know all the attributes of a bottle of wine or the transaction that goes along with it. But there's a lot of use cases that are going to come about this, and I think it started with the easiest. I think that's always what happens is here's the easy path in business, or for it to be comprehended by most. And now we're looking at art, but there's a ton of different ways this can go. And I really feel in my heart that we're going to be able to pull off something that we've never pulled off before. So the question is, how big is this going to be, the platform that, Ape and Technology is putting together. So anyway, this is on the surface. This is something that we're showing you. And eventually we're going to dive down into exactly what we're doing, which I think applies to everybody on the call. Everybody on this call is going to be able to receive the benefit of what we're doing. And that's where the real big, dream here is. We're definitely going to be able to pull this off. And again, question is how big? I don't know. Anyway.
Very fucking big. So here's some more. These are deeds from Wolf Game. So we purchased these pieces of land from Wolf Game. The Wolf Game, the full game is going to launch in the fourth quarter. I love the shepherd who runs the Wolf Game with his cryptic messages. And I believe Wolf Game is going to be a really, there's all these play to earn games, which none of them came through. None of them were successful. And I do think Wolf Game's going to build a sustainable economy built around the wool token. So we have some deeds, we have some farmers, we have some sheep, and we have a wolf. Now, the sheep and the wolf are staked. So because they're staked, you're not going to see them in our wallet. What does staked mean? That means that I can't sell it. So when I stake it, it's mine. I own it. It's tied to my wallet, but it's not visible on OpenSea. No one can make an offer on it, and it's staked as part of the game, right? Why do people do that? Why do companies do staking? It's to preserve the value of it by putting less on the market so no one drives the floor price down, right? So you want people to hold. Okay, even though in theory you think about secondary sales and making royalties, but that's usually what tanks the floor, and that's projects that end up going down to nothing, right? This is Khabib Nurmagomedov, probably the greatest UFC fighter of all time. You can see this one is 126 out of 290 total mints of this edition. I got that. That's mine. Francis Ngannou, the UFC heavyweight champion. Really cool art by Boss Logic. Look at that. I fucking love this one. I paid 0.65 of an ETH for this one. I paid 0.8 of an ETH for this one. Back when ETH was about 3,000 for both of these. Okay. These right here are called Moonbird oddities, right? So I'm going to show you our Moonbirds soon, but they gave us an airdrop of something called an oddity. So just like this capacitor for World of Women, I don't know what it's going to turn into. These things right here, they were these little brown eggs that were spinning. And then last week they did the reveal, and the reveal came out, and they gave us these things, who were made by Gremplin, who is the designer for Cryptodes, right? He's a very well-respected crypto art guy, Gremplin, and he's the one who designed these. So we got these two little ugly bastards. They were Moonbirds oddities. They're currently worth about 1.5 ETH. They were airdropped to us. Again, these were free. We didn't pay for it. So airdrops are a way to provide liquidity and provide rewards for holders, right? So I held on to the Moonbirds. We got these airdrops. I could sell these right now, but we're not selling right now. We're holding, right? This is a bullshit airdrop. I don't know what that is. This was an airdrop from our Murakami flowers, which I'll show you in a minute. It's called the Lucky Cat Coin Bank. I have no idea what it is. They're currently worth close to an ETH each, but I'll show you our actual Murakami flowers in a minute. All right. This is a wool pouch from the Wolf Game, right? Really smart, creative thing the Shepherd did. So because people were dumping their wool token and swapping it to Ethereum, right, and tanking the price of wool, he came up with an idea. Instead of just giving out wool as rewards tokens, instead he gave you a pouch that's released over a period of time. So you see this 1,339 days. Every day, a little bit of this pouch gets dripped, and you won't receive the full amount of locked wool, 34,600, You'll receive it over the course of 1,339 days to preserve people from swapping it and tanking the price. Very fucking smart. And we believe that with the full Wolf game launch, that it's gonna be similar where rewards are gonna be in pouches. This way, people can't tank the price of WoW like they did early on with Wolf game. This is a gauntlet from Boss Logic. He's making a video game. I love Boss Logic, great designer. But they had a problem with their project. They had somebody that stole a lot of the Ethereum that they made from royalties, and it was a big thing, and there was a lawsuit going on. So tank the price of this. I have like 10 of these gauntlets. So we'll see if that comes back. That might be a loser. This one is very interesting. So I told Kevin, I think we should buy this. We don't know if this is Banksy or not. Kevin's like, buy it. Of course. Yeah, buy it. Of course, buy it. So,
after looking at her whole wallet, how much did we spend on all this stuff?
I don't want to talk about that. We're not here to disclose that kind of information, okay?
Maybe there was a mistake.
So this one, it's called if you guys don't know who Banksy is a famous underground graffiti artist from the East Coast. He's like this he's like infinite guy. No one knows what he looks like, and no one knows ever if it's him or not. You know who he is, Quan? So this project's called Not Banksy. No one knows if it's Banksy or not. Still, they're very quiet about everything, right? So one of the fans from the project made a Discord because there was no Discord, and there's constant clues, and they're trying to figure out if it's Banksy or not. It's actually really cool. And what they've done is there was 2,000 of these where normally projects are roughly 10,000, 2,000 NFTs, and every day these keep turning into one of ones. So every day there's ones being released and changing into different NFTs, right? So if I go here, all right, here's Not Banksy Echoes, and I go to look artwork one of one. Here we go. Here's one right here. Right? Here's one. These have all started out with the balloon, and then little by little.
Do you think does it look like his art though? I mean, what do you think?
I really have no fucking idea, bro. I really don't. They're all different. He's a pretty talented artist. So when you look at these, it's not like they're amazing.
No.
You know what I mean? So are they? I don't fucking know, bro. Let's see. Like, you just don't.
That's art, ain't it?
Like, look, like, I mean, it's cool. And a lot of it's geared towards the war. No war, stop the war, protect the children, no more war, guns. And it's all kind of shit like this. So it's cool. It's a very unique project. But I'm waiting for ours to turn into one of ones and see what we get. But
the speculation here was, okay, we're going to buy it because it's possibly Banksy.
Yeah, we didn't pay a lot of money for it. I mean, for this one, it was very low risk. So I think, Kevin, we paid like maybe like 0.3 of an ETH on it, and ETH was down. So maybe $100 a piece or something like that for these. And so worst comes to worst, we lose 1,600. But if it is Banksy, and that comes out one day that it is, and each one of us have a one of one out of the 2,000, then it's a tremendous fucking score.
Yeah, it's a good bet.
So yeah, it's a low risk, high reward bet.
Right? So really quick story. When I went to when I was in Italy, we were in Venice, and you go to Google Maps, and there's actually a Banksy piece of art in one of the canals. So supposedly he pulled up in a boat. No one saw him. He painted it on this brick wall on the side of a canal, and we found it. We ended up finding it, take a picture, but it's just really cool. That's
what he's known for. Doing shit like that.
Jeeves. Okay. Yeah, he was there.
The funny part is that when NFTs first came out, this is how sick the market was going. Right? There was a Banksy canvas thing that he painted or whatever, right? That was worth like $200,000, right? And then someone took a video of burning it, burnt it, turned the burning video into an NFT, and the NFT sold for like $3 million. So the actual real piece of art was worth like a little over 200K, but the NFT video of burning it sold for like $3 million or something like that. I could be, you could be misquoting, but it was something astronomical like that. Fucking insane, right?
Yeah, it's interesting because I'm drawing a parallel. So you got this asset, right? This piece of art, and next thing you know, you take the piece of art, and there's a derivative of the piece of art, which means there's an NFT created
Right.
from that piece of art, and that sells for more. But isn't that very similar in the, say, finance, arena, where you have like this mortgage, and then people come by and say, "Oh, we're going to go and quantify this mortgage by wrapping it up into a fund." And next thing you know, they're selling derivatives of this mortgage, right? What was that?
Yeah.
The mortgage-backed securities, and then
Mortgage-backed
they sell
securities.
futures, right? Like, well, let's make a bet one way or the other. So it's just super interesting. You take an asset and a derivative of the asset, and that derivative of the asset could actually be more than the original asset. No different than, you got Bansky over here, the real piece of art, and then you got the derivative, which is the NFT, and the NFTs ended up, I don't know, in that case, maybe it's more, maybe it's less, but this brings up to another point. Remember, what's his name? Art Lanta. So
Yeah.
this artist that we met at one of the events that we went to, and he created some cool art, and I said, "Holy shit, Ant! Look what he's doing." So the art, and maybe you could bring him up. The art that he was producing were NFTs of the actual pieces of art, and they were selling for a lot more than the art itself. I'm like, this guy made it. This artist made it by just reproducing, his pieces of art as NFTs. Yeah, it was just interesting to see the shift here from real, authentic, like, solid, tangible things to something that is, arguably still tangible, but it's tangible because of the blockchain of what's going on here.
Yep.
Yeah.
Crazy, dude. Lot of hype. Lot of hype. So now we have our apes, right? So there's three owners of the company. So we bought three mutant apes to represent us. This is Pat. This is Kevin with the purple pirate hat. This is me right here. And as you can see here, we worked it into the brand, right? So
Yeah,
on
hold
our
on.
website,
Let me put it on. I got to put on the hat now.
I have the hat on, right? You're gonna see Kevin with the hat on in a minute, but we just got these in. Our employees have them. So let me take this off real quick.
And let's talk.
Right. So
Let's talk about how we justified it. Go ahead, finish that, and then I want to talk about how we justified this purchase, which is even more interesting.
yeah. So we got these patches done right here because there's so much color that we couldn't do a direct to garment. So we got these patches of the ape put in here, and then our APN Tech logo in the hat. We've been giving these out to employees as swag. They wear to the office. They love it. Came out really fucking cool. And it's just the beginning. We got zip up hoodies coming. We're going to put Kevin's ape. I didn't even tell you, Kevin. We're going to put your ape as a patch on one of the sleeves of the zip up hoodies. We're going to get more hats made with the other thing. And, being not all projects do this, by the way, where they give you complete licensing rights, right? So with the Mutant Ape Yacht Club and the Bored Ape Yacht Club and Moonbirds and some other ones, you get full commercial rights. So I could put this on T-shirts. I could sell them. There's actual a burger place in Long Beach, California called Bored and Hungry, where they made a whole NFT restaurant using the apes on all the packaging and images and decals on the wall and themed it out Bored and Hungry. So, and you're seeing a lot of this, like Seth Green's coming out with some kind of show. I forgot what it's called, where he using his ape that he owns in the cartoon or whatever it may be. So you're gonna see more. Old Navy just released a clothing line with Bored Apes, right? Ape that they own, and they released a clothing line. I don't know if they own the ape or they got the licensing rights from the owner of that ape. So I could even give this licensing out. I could license out our apes. We can to someone else and then do a royalty agreement. So, if you're on the right side of the right projects that build a real brand, like the Bored Ape Yacht Club is, like Moonbirds is, and a couple of other projects like Doodles, like you're going to be able to monetize this in the future or collect royalties by licensing it out, or the actual owners of the brand might want to license your NFT out and you receive royalties. So it's so fucking early that we don't know, what it's going to turn into and what they're going to do.
Yeah. So,
So
here's a branding bet that we actually did. What is the Ape Yacht Club worth right now? You said $5 billion. Was that what it was?
Before Ethereum crashed, it had a valuation of $5 billion with a B.
Okay, so the name of the company, our company, was Approved Providers Network. Okay, and after going through this whole NFT dialogue, us trying to figure out, on the blockchain what we're going to do that would apply to our business, we said, hold on a sec. Approved Providers Network, short, is APN, which we currently use. That's our acronym for the company. That's what we said when we answered the phone. I said, APN sure sounds like ape, right? Without the E. So it'd be like Apin without the E, right? Apin Technologies, right? So, we had a conversation and we said, why don't we make a bet, right? And the bet would be this. We're purchasing 3 mutant apes, 3 to represent each of the owners. And we're going to now say it's Apin Technologies instead of Approved Providers Network, or APN for short. So we went and purchased that, and we built our website and our brand around that. How much were the mutant apes, Ant? What were they? They were expensive.
I think we bought one for 22 ETH and 2 of them for 30 ETH each.
So at that point, it was what, 80 to 100 grand a piece?
Yeah, one was like 60. The other 2 were close to 100 each.
So, going back to, me and Anthony always say this: if you want to become a giant, you got to stand on the shoulders of one, right? So we said, okay, well, in the NFT space, anybody who understands it, it's the Bored Ape Yacht Club. So let's go and make a bet, purchase the mutant apes, and now the company is Apin Technologies. So I think that's a good bet, even if it, shrinks a little bit and maybe the value doesn't stay there, but we think it's going to grow, be a lot better. It's still a great bet on our brand equity. So.
Yeah, and look, it's a high risk, but like you can look at it now, like holy shit, yeah, but right now they're only worth 25 grand. I'm not concerned in the fucking least bit. Like I really think that we're on the right side of the blue chip projects, and there's going to be an Amazon that comes out of this, and eBay that comes out of this, and I think we're on the right side of the ones that are going to come out of this strong. The ones that were well funded, who have a lot of money, they're going to blow right through this this bear market, without a problem.
And bring up our website, because I just want to show it really fast. You'll see you'll see it in a moment. So, okay, Apin Technologies, and you scroll over, see? 3 right there. It's just something where, you got, scroll up, you got the 3 mutant apes, you got the 3 dots, part of the brand, which means 3 different things, or actually 4 altogether. One of them being Web 2.0, or the traditional, technology that we currently have. And then we got the 3 pieces: the blockchain, the business ID, and the wallet. So we just thought it would be great to incorporate that into the brand. And as you can see, I think it was a success.
For sure. Oh, yep. Whoops. Did I
No, I'm still here.
Did I knock my browser out, Quan? Yeah. Oh, wait, hold on. How do I do this? Go here. How do I get my browser back up? I got to make this smaller. Oh, wait. You know why I made it big? That's why, right? There we go. Okay. Did I stop? I'm sharing, right?
Yep.
All right, cool. All right, I'm going to blow through some more of this real quick. I know we're a little longer already. That's okay, though. So here are Moonbirds. 1, 2. Moonbirds came out hot out of the gates. The CEO is a fucking savage. Kevin Rose, the guy comes from VC world. They actually funded this project with some money
Kevin Rose from Reddit? Is that who it is?
Yeah, I believe he's from Reddit. Yeah, that's the guy who
Kevin Rose.
Right. So he's the founder of the project, and everybody believes in him, but they just pulled the dumbest move. So they've done everything right. Okay. Listen to I didn't even tell you this. Me and Ricky were cracking up. Listen to this, right? So they did this thing called nesting. So it's another version of staking where you put your Moonbird in a nest. And once you put it in a nest, it's visible on OpenSea, but no one could buy it. And if you list it for sale and it's nested, when someone goes to buy it, the transaction will fail. It's a way for them to keep the holder count really, really high and keep a lot less for sale. And they give you rewards. So once you start out with a bronze. Once your Moonbird's nested for 60 days, you go to silver and they give you a reward. So The project's pretty new. People just hit their 60-day mark, and they announced a reward for being silver in a silver nest. You know what the reward was, bro? They're giving a fucking fanny pack to every person who owns a Moonbird. A fucking fanny pack. And everybody was making fun of them in the Discord. And I'm like, and Ricky calls me, he's like, dude, why and this guy's a smart guy. Out of all the fucking things in the world, why the fuck would you give a fanny pack? Who the fuck wears fanny packs? So, and me and Ricky were like on the phone, like, I can't believe it, bro. They lost. It dropped from like 2016 to 19 as soon as it happened, because people are that like unloyal. Oh, this is bullshit, and they'll go sell. You know what I mean? So I'm sure they'll make plenty of good decisions and rebound, but like, why didn't you make a fucking t-shirt or a hat, like a fucking fanny pack out of all the things you could have thought of? I said, when you were in a board meeting with all your people in the company and you sat around, how the fuck did that vote even happen? Like, how did you get unanimous vote or majority vote on a fucking fanny pack?
It's called the firefighter's dilemma. That means like if you sit a bunch of guys in a room, eventually they're going to all walk out and agree to whatever it happens to be. No, I mean, if I was there, I'd be like, we ain't doing fanny packs.
Fucking fanny pack.
Ain't happening.
So besides that's not going to make me not believe in Moonbirds. These guys got big, huge fucking plans. Their metaverse is going to be called High Rise. They already gave us the Moonbird oddities, so they provided some liquidity. So I love the project. Just the fucking fanny pack, bro. That was a little okay. We bought this .eth domain. This is the Dan Marino #1. I got the #1 of this one. We'll see if it's going to be worth something in the future. That we bought this 3-digit domain, which, by the way, they're talking about these 3-digit .eth domains could be worth a lot of money one day. So I'm happy we got that. This is a farmer from Wolf Game. We got 3 farmers. You'll see the other one soon. This one's a little more of a rare farmer. So we scored here. This one has a lot of rarities. We'll see what that's worth. This is Takashi Murakami, is a famous Japanese artist who's known for his flowers. So he's done a lot of collaborations with Louis Vuitton and a lot of other big brands. If any girls are listening or guys who have girls that love Louis Vuitton, you remember how they had the white version of Louis Vuitton with all the flowers. That was made by this guy. These flowers are famous. We picked up 2 of these flowers. They were just they were seeds, and then they revealed them, and we got 2 flowers. This one right here actually has a lot of rarity. It's only like 1 of 10 that have the microphone, the karaoke microphone with the TV, even though I think this one's cooler. This one's actually the more rare one. This is LaMelo Ball, basketball player. Is only 120 of these. It's a silver one. This was 2 Gs. This is the World of Women I spoke about earlier. I really believe that this is like the women's version of Bored Ape Yacht Club. I think it's going to be fucking huge. A lot of celebrities behind it, like Eva Longoria, Madonna, whatever. I think Madonna. Doodles, great project. I love Doodles. They're trying to make Doodles a household name. That's their goal and their vision. They just signed Pharrell, and Pharrell's doing his next record's going to be Doodles Volume 1, and they're doing some big shit, big branding shit. They gave us this duplicator, free airdrop. These are selling for, I don't know, 2 ETH. That was free airdrop to us as holders, and no one knows exactly what this is going to do yet. This is a bullshit airdrop I gotta hide. This is a cryptoed, one of the first purchases that we made. It's one of those it's like an OG collection. It's going to be around forever. It's always going to play in the 2 to 5 ETH range, I believe. And it's just one of those. This is the guy Gremplin who made the Moonbird oddities. I think cryptos will be around forever. These are the Lou Gehrig's I talked about. I got 3 of these Lou Gehrig's right here. I believe that these are going to be worth one day. This is the first ever drop. You hear the sound in the background. I don't know if you could hear that, right? And I got the number 4. Right, so it spins around, and I have the number 4, which is his jersey number. So this should be this, and the number 1 out of 100 should be the most valuable ones. And this is the first ever official NFT drop from Major League Baseball. This is bullshit. This is bullshit. This is a free airdrop from Not Banksy Echoes. No one knows exactly what this is, Kevin. I don't think I ever showed you this. So
No.
Not Banksy sent us this, and it just says anomaly. No one knows what it's going to turn into. No one knows shit. right? So it's just sitting here waiting for something to happen. This is CloneX, another blue chipper. This one, there's Takashi Murakami, who made the flowers, did some collaborations with them, but they also are backed by Nike. So Nike put a lot of money behind them. These guys are awesome. They've already done some cool shit. Remember when I showed you the sneakers, Kevin? The
Yep.
Nike, right? That came from CloneX. They gave airdrops and these
Wait,
vials.
so Nike bought into that brand, or they bought the NFTs, or they
No,
licensed?
Nike bought into the brand. They bought a significant portion of the brand that
Really?
launched. Yes.
Let me look that up. Nike.
And it's Artifact, but it's spelled RTFKT, something like that.
CloneX NFT prices spike on NFTs acquisition.
Yeah,
oh, sorry, on Nike's acquisition, not NFT.
Yeah. And these we bought APN Techie. These are 2 drops we got from being a Doodles holder. They're not worth money that much at all. But yeah, CloneX, another blue chipper for sure, especially because they're backed by Nike. So there is our wallet. Let me stop sharing my screen here.
Who did Adidas buy into? Remember, there was
well, they bought their own ape. So Adidas has a Bored Ape, and they're using their Bored Ape as their NFT. You know, they're using the ape in a lot in their metaverse stuff. But Adidas also launched their own collection. A whole bunch of Adidas, like it's like a guy with gear on, and they plan on doing something with the metaverse as well. So yeah, Adidas is playing in the game. There's a lot of big brands that are playing in the game. I haven't bought shit in like probably a good like 3 months, 4 months. I feel like we're focused on the business so much here that it's tough to pay attention too much, because if you're not in the Discords and you're not reading the announcements and you're not like on the cusp, like you got to know what's going on too. And it takes a lot of time and effort. So I'm happy with what we have. We probably will acquire more in the future, but you know, there's been like a Dolce Gabbana and a Gucci and these other things, but I feel like the ones that we're on right now that I just showed everybody here, I feel like most of those are going to be a lot of the ones that come out of this eventually and will be, you know, the blue chips. And like I said, an Amazon and an eBay are going to come out of this, probably the apes, probably the Moonbirds, CloneX, Doodles. I feel like we got our hands on some really good ones for the future. I do. So I hope you guys learned a little something there. That's what's great about the blockchain, right? No one's hiding shit. You know how people buy expensive art in their houses and you don't know what they have? It don't work like this. Everybody's wallet's visible. Sure, you could hide the name of your wallet and no one will know who you are. I'm sure they could find out, but you know, you could see who has what in the wild. Go on OpenSea, go fuck around. You'll see some heavy duty wallets, people with hundreds of millions of dollars worth of NFTs. It's fucking insane. But yeah, it's cool, and that's where we're at right now. So hope you guys learned a little something. Every week we'll bring this show to you. We'll try to do it every week and, you know, educate you from what we know so far, because we're learning, right? I mean, Kevin's studying every day, you know, so we're all just learning about this technology, how it's going to be used in the future with real case studies and real utility in the real world, like Kevin was talking about with the wine guy and other uses, and, you know, and we're going to play a part in that. So, all right, Kev, any last words?
One last word is this. 82% of Fortune 100 companies have explored the blockchain. So they either implemented, invested, or at least explored. It's happening. The technology change is going to be very pertinent to everyone's life. And you got to get involved, I think, sooner than later, because otherwise you're going to be left behind on the innovation curve here. So please do something. Get involved, read, watch videos, buy some cheap NFTs, something. I think it's important.
Just fucking learn about it. All right, NFT Prime Time out.